pull this back. Now we're loaded. Finger off the trigger. Now make sure it doesn't bump fire first. Okay, it doesn't fire. So now I'm going to hit the trigger. Oh, wow. That's awesome. One more, right? Wow. Hello and welcome to, well, Carlin's Worlds. Yeah, that should work. I'm a wanderer, a tinkerer, sometimes a nomad, a military veteran. I do things differently. There will be tinkering. I have a motorcycle, a truck, and a school bus. I live off-grid, so there will be some solar, batteries, inverters, and maybe even some wind. It blows. And that's all I can fit into about 30 seconds. Oh, and please, if you like any of this, it would be really awesome if you could subscribe and click that notify bell. Drop a comment if you have any questions or ideas. Share, like, comment, subscribe, notify. Oh, and Patreon if you're really an awesome kind of person. Cool. On with the show already. Okay, it's pretty windy, so you're going to hear a lot of wind noise, but you're also going to hear the air compressor in the background. Getting ready to do some building out here, and I thought, you know what, I don't got the arms for swinging a framing hammer, so I'm going to buy one of these guys. So, Home Depot, $199, recent price drop on this. 3.5 inch round head framing nailer, air powered, right? Nice big red box. Let's get, go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like inside. Alright, the obvious way in, yep, look at that. Piece of tape. Every day like Christmas out here. At least till I run out of money. Nothing in there. Instructions. I will read these later. There's always something you can learn from reading the instructions. Ta-da! Okay, first thing we noticed, they didn't give us a nice case for this. There's some tool oil and a couple Allen wrenches in there. And that's it for that. Oh good, I was concerned about this. I wasn't sure if they gave me a connector or not. Holy cow, that's big. The gun itself only comes to here, and so it's got this really long tray for the nails. That's kind of cool. And I just want to sit here and look at this for a minute. It's remarkably light. I would have expected this to be really heavy. From the looks of it, you know, it's that's cool. So this is a 21 degree framing nailer. So the degrees is basically the angle between vertical and the chute. So different kinds of nails are in different degrees. Like the brad nailer is straight out sideways. Some of them are steeper, some of them it's, I think as much as anything it depends on the shape of the nail head as how far they can space them is kind of the idea. So a slight moment just to make sure I don't kill myself here. Fine print. Use air supply hoses with a minimum working pressure of, hoses with 200 psi. Pressure regulator to limit the air pressure supplied to the tool no more than 120. Okay, let's go check that out real quick. So no more than 120. You're better off running a short cord and a long hose. Okay, so this is my DeWalt pancake style air compressor. Oh good, I got it cranked down. So actually I can go up to 120. So I'm going to run it to maximum. So in the middle here, so I go up. Okay, there's 125. And the air compressor itself can go up to 165. So it's shut itself out at 165. So now we're set to 120. Okay, different tools like different pressures. So that's a handy feature to have. I can also run 2 tools off of here at the same time because it's got 2 outlets. Okay, got that at Home Depot a while ago. It's a good little air compressor. I like it. Okay, we're set to 120 now. I'm not loaded. I'm not plugged in. Right. Since I have a background in guns and stuff, I'm going to use the same mentality. Always know your gun is safe. Don't point it at anything you don't want to kill. It's got a pad here that can be removed and replaced. The pad is so you don't mark up the surface. I don't really care about that, so I'm going to take that off and save it so if I ever do decide I want it. Okay, and it's just a soft rubber that pulls off. So you just kind of push it open. And there it goes. Now it's got a claw that'll keep it from sliding. And the idea of the claw, I've used these just a little bit with my brother. When you kind of push it down, this is part of the safety, I think. It knows if you're pushing down, so it doesn't accidentally fire unless you got contact. But this will keep it from sliding on you. So when you're moving fast, you push it down, this digs into the surface just a little bit so it doesn't skip on you. And this can be stored in here. There's a little circle there somehow. Okay, that should go in right in there. There, now you don't lose it. Or you lose it and you don't know you lost it. Okay, so that'll stay there for now. Yeah, and the claw just kind of digs in a little bit. There's an adjustment for that, so I'm not sure what that does. Oh, I see. There's a graduated here, so you can dial it up or down for different levels of awesomeness. You've also got a bump fire switch, I think is the idea, or rapid fire, so that you can shoot boom, 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 or just one at a time, same as your M16 single shot full auto. I never got to shoot an M16. Sorry. What was the one? My air compressor is oilless, I think. So you should add oil for air tools, but you don't want oil if you run in like painting. Huh, that actually had a little bit of pressure in it. That's interesting. So this is the kind of thing that usually ends up leaking in your toolbox and you never get to use it. And you're going to cut the tip off of that. A little bit shorter. Yep, just lost half my oil. That's exactly the way things work out here. Just a little dribble. And yeah, if you don't know, just a little bit of oil where your air compressor would connect, your air hose, and then the air coming in will push it in. There's a bunch of seals and O-rings and stuff that need a little bit. Here's a lesson that I didn't learn personally, but I read about after the fact in Desert Storm. A lot of the weapons instructors are always telling the guys, okay, oil your weapons, right? Which is good. Keeps them from rusting. All the instructors probably learned those lessons in Vietnam, where things would rust very quickly. Well, in Desert Storm, they had the opposite problem. All the nice oily M16s are out there, and the sand, the really fine sand out in the desert was sticking to the guns and just creating a huge problem. Well, they didn't want to tell them not to lubricate the weapons, so they had to figure out, okay, get them nice and clean, get them lubricated, then wipe all the lube off. And somebody had the great idea of requisitioning a giant-sized Ziploc bag for everybody. So once you got your gun cleaned, because you're in the camp most of the time, go ahead and put your gun in a big Ziploc bag, and that'll keep the grease off, or the dust off. Well, that was all fine, but by the time they got the bags actually made specially and sent out there, the war was over because it was over so fast. Yeah, go figure. I remember seeing in one of the surplus catalogs. They had these surplus bags that they thought they'd never use again, so they sold them for, a dime on the dollar, typical government, instead of storing them. True story, I saw it. Okay. There's only a 3/8 NPT quick disconnector. Just before I load the nails, I just want to make sure that this fits. I assume it will, but good to know. Yep. And once you disconnect it, it should discharge the air. It would be a bad deal if air pressure was stored in here, because then you could shoot one more nail before it ran out of air. Always point the tool away from yourself and others while installing fasteners. Make sure the tool's magazine is empty before connecting to the air supply. The tool may actuate when the tool is first connected to the air supply. Always connect the tool to the air supply before loading nails to prevent injury from unintended actuation. That's interesting. So they want you to hook it up to the air, keep it in a safe direction, then load the nails. Crazy, that seems backwards, but okay. Because when you first charge it, it could cycle once. So that would make sense. Make sure that it's empty, plug it in, load the nails, and then you're good to go. All right. Verify magazine is empty, connect air supply, lay the tool on its side, and point the nose of the tool away from yourself and others. Feed fastener strips into the magazine and over the nail stop tab. Be sure the point of the fastener is pointed downward. Use only recommended fasteners. Slide the pusher to the rear of the magazine and over the nail stop. Gently allow the pusher to slide forward, pushing the fasteners toward the drive mechanism. The pusher will stop when it rests against the end of the fastener strip. The fasteners must be aligned with the nose of the tool for the fasteners to be installed correctly. Okay. Here, there's a single position and a contact. When it's in contact, you don't have to hit the trigger. Just every time you hit something, it'll shoot a nail. That's the advanced class. I'm going to stay on signal for now. But if you're moving fast, this is the way to go. I've seen guys do that. You just go walking along, pop, 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 pop. Sounds like a lot of fun. Eye protection, blah, blah, blah. Warnings, more warnings. Daily testing. That's basically it. Alright, so check this feature here. Okay. You just pull it back. What's this thing? I'm going to experiment with that before I put air on it. I got the grip right, 21 degrees. There's 4,000 nails in this box, and these are 3 inches long. All right, so I'm going to open that up and pull a stick out. All right, considering the length of the magazine, the actual, we're going to set this up just a little bit different here. I'm going to aim this away from my truck also. So for now, I'm just going to test the fit and make sure I understand this before I charge it. So pull it back, make sure they're angled the right way. They drop down. That's why I'm testing. I see. Got that backwards. That's why we test. Feed feeds in from the back. So there's a slot here, you push them in. And then you push the knob down and pull the handle back. Let go of the knob and it puts it in place. That's kind of cool. Yeah, okay, good. So I don't want to shoot myself. I'm going to release, pull this back, release the latch, pull these out, get this past so there's nothing in here. Now I can see there's no nails in there. And there's a clip on the back here that keeps these from falling out. So if you were shooting into a wall, you wouldn't have all your nails fall out. Okay, so you could probably put 2 sticks in here at a time. Okay. So now I got the nails clear of the firing mechanism. I'm aimed away from my truck and everything. Pull that back, plug in the air hose. Okay, now we're hot. I'm on single fire mode. And I'm going to just shoot one into the bench here, just for the sake of a test. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this back. Now we're loaded. Finger off the trigger. I'm going to make sure it doesn't bump fire first. Okay, it doesn't fire. So now I'm going to hit the trigger. Oh, wow. That's awesome. One more, right? Wow! Okay, now I'm going to unload. Just kind of out of habit. Okay, now I'm clear. Make sure it doesn't fire. Disconnect my air. Okay, now we're relatively safe. Holy cow. That's a little bit intimidating. Okay, I didn't blow through the sides, so that's good. It's over penetrating on the old OSB. Now, newer OSB, it's probably tighter. This stuff is kind of delaminating. That's pretty cool. Just had a thought. When I was building this platform for doing motorcycle work, I made it as a sidewalk, but I screwed everything together, and then I realized I was running out of screws. So I'm going to shoot a couple nails in that just to see, you know, because air out here. See if I can shoot a hole in the motorcycle. Okay, charged. Let's set the handle. Okay, good. So let's go one right there. Yeah, it splits the hell out of these 2x4s. I might have way too much air. Let me dial it down, because it says you can go down as low as 70. Clear. So I'm going to just see if I can get a happy medium, because I don't need that much pressure. Okay, I'm set at 90 now. It was set at 120. So let's just see if that makes much of a difference. Okay, nails clear, charging. Drop the nails down. Okay. That one that doesn't already split. Okay, that doesn't go all the way in. That one did. That one didn't go in very good at all. So we need more than 90. Okay. That might have been a little bit of me too, because if I wasn't pushing down a little bit, I was getting a recoil. So that was the first one. Second one looked pretty good. Third one didn't go in very good at all. So I'm going to crack it up to 100 again. I did buy a framing hammer, which ironically is a Milwaukee brand also. I just want to set these nails back in so I don't stab myself later. Not a carpenter, right? Okay, that was good. Yeah, I think that's more fun. Set at 100. Nails down, clear, charged. Air compressor just came back on. Let's see. This one's kind of split. I'm going to put a little down pressure on it. That definitely hits in pretty good. That one's split up. Okay. Test complete, right? One more. Gotta be careful of that. Okay. On charge. Good. This will happen with anything, right? I just did one right here, and it came out the side. So I'll be looking for that. You know, if you're too close to the edge, make sure you're shooting straight down. You gotta leave yourself enough room. Some splits will happen. This has been out in the elements for a while, so that's why it's splitting up on me. Cool. I'd say that works though. I like it. You want to add to that? Not really. I would say normal safety and then some. You saw how well it punches through a 2x4. That won't even slow down when it hits you in the leg. Be very aware of the bump fire feature. Because if you're on bump fire and it bumps into you, it's going to shoot you. That's, you know, the opposite of safety. It's efficiency. So be thinking about that. And I like their warning about charging it with air before you, charging it with air before you load the nails, right? Because it could fire when it first airs up. So just kind of think about that. Work through it, figure out a safe way of handling it. The charging mechanism as far as loading the nails seems pretty straightforward. It's just almost like a gun. You pull it back to rack around and it grabs the end of the nails and pushes them in. That seemed like it'll be good. And I guess the last point, these are real round-headed nails. So it's not like a half a head nail or something like that. Some of these guns had to do a modified nail for them to work right. So these are real nails. Seems like we're good to go there. Cool. Lunchtime. Well, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, that should work. Cool. I do things differently. Oh, and please, if you like any of this, it would be really awesome if you could subscribe and click that notify bell. Drop a comment if you have any questions or ideas. Share, like, comment, subscribe, notify. Oh, and Patreon if you're really an awesome kind of person. Thank you so much for watching.